Hello and welcome to Whisky Resource. My name is Mark. It is the 3rd of June. So this is review number 44. So it must be my 44th birthday today. Yeah, I feel a bit old. So I said in my previous video that hopefully today I'll be doing a bit of a doozy. I think I used the term of a whiskey, something a little bit more special. And I've got to say thank you to Stuart over at the YouTube channel of Whims for sending me a few drams. One of the drams he sent me was the one I'm going to review now, which is Daftmill 2007 winter release. I've not had Daftmill before. I had the opportunity to buy a bottle of this when I received an email newsletter the heads up that it was about to be made available. However, I wasn't available at that moment it went on release, so it sold out within moments. I didn't get the opportunity to actually purchase it. So when Stuart offered me as part of a Dram exchange Daftmill, I jumped at the chance. So Daftmill is going to be the first review I'll be doing. I'll be doing maybe one more, maybe two more reviews for today, giving us the third. So Daftmill, I'm sure you've all heard of Daftmill. I will be providing links in the description to Stuart's Whisky channel. So go ahead and check him out and subscribe if you can, and give him a help because he produces some amazing content. Anyway, Daftmill, they're located up in the How of Fife. They're a relatively new distillery. They did apply for permission to HMRC to have a distillery back in June of 2003, so 16 years ago. 17 years ago. They received permission around about St Andrew's Day of 2005, and they set about putting in place the mash tun and the sills, and they had them procured from the coppersmiths of Forsyths in Roths in Scotland, one of the big coppersmiths. They mainly just produce barley and wheats and potatoes. They also do carrot and broccoli. But since then, since they've been a distillery, they've concentrated a bit more on barley. This is actually using a barley from their own farm, a variety called Optic, which was harvested in the August 2006. That barley was then sent to a malt house in Alloa, where it was malted in the summer of 2007. It was distilled and bottled in November of 2007, which it lay for 12 years in first fill ex-bourbon barrels, of which they used 7 casks. Only 1,785 bottles of this were produced for the UK market. There is separate bottling for European market and another separate bottling for the US market. So fair number of bottles actually got produced, but only a small number for the UK market. You can't purchase these bottles anymore other than through auction sites. And unfortunately, Daftmill are one of these, as the Americans would call it, unicorn whiskies that are hard to get hold of and end up getting in the hands of flippers. If you don't know what the term flipper is, it's basically people who buy whiskies to basically keep hold of for as short a period as possible before reselling it on the secondary market. Now you can pick this up online in various secondary market sites, and you can pay anywhere between £250 upwards for a bottle of the 700ml release. If you're interested in trying this, you can actually buy samples still on the Whisky Exchange. I believe it runs in at about £10 for a 30ml sample of the Daftmill 2007 winter release. So you can go ahead and check that out. It's bottled at 46% ABV. It is non-chill filtered. It is natural colour. That is so pale. A bottle, I believe, a bottle when it did go on sale, it was about £99.95. As a 12-year-old whiskey, that is quite high a price. However, they're a small operation. They probably have a lot of overheads, especially given the nature of the fact that they are a single site operation other than the malting. I don't know about the bottling. Don't know if the bottling's on site. I haven't quite read that detail. But their website is full of information. But because they're a one site operation, they have to keep their business going, don't they? Because once this is bottled 12 years in the cask, sorry, what's in the cask 12 years, they've got to find other revenue streams. So I can forgive them for quite a high price for a 12-year-old. But I will give it a value score based on those stats, and it gets 91.67, which is not bad at all, given it's a nearly £100 bottle. But what does it taste like? My mouth's getting dry just thinking about this. I've saved myself a little bit for later on, as I always do. So ex-bourbon, first fill ex-bourbon casks. Sweet. Vanilla. Some spices going on there. It's fruity as well. There's a bit of hay funk going on there as well. Oh, that's a wonderful nose, that. I'm trying to think what fruit. It's a citrusy fruit. But predominantly to the sweet and the vanilla. That seems to be forefront. San Gival. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is really nice. So, it is sweet. It's honey sweet, but it's not a honey. It's a vanilla ice and sugar sweet. It's spicy. Bit of spice there, cinnamon, nutmeg. There's fruit, tropical fruit. There, citrus is coming across, lemons, oranges. Getting some tropical notes of fruit, as I say. I was going to say mango and peach, maybe a little bit touch of melon, maybe. I'm just going to put a drop of water in that because the alcohol does present itself quite strongly. It's got quite an oaky spice on the finish. And the water brings out more oak, more vanilla. I'll probably have to sit for a while with the water in. Obviously I can't do that with a hurry video, but the legs are still going on with that leg. They're clinging to the edges. You won't be able to see that because I don't think you might be able to just pick that up. The legs still clinging to the sides of the glass. It's quite incredible. That's gorgeous. When I had my first sip of that, what immediately sprung to mind was the Bimber ex-bourbon cask release that they're going to be doing for June, which I had the pleasure of sampling for the Somerton Whisky Festival on Saturday. That's just gone. Now the Bimber is a bit, I found it a bit more chocolatey on the finish, and again that is an absolutely gorgeous dram. I've still got some left from the tastings, which I will be doing a review of because I might not be able to pick up a bottle. My is a nice bottle as well. But when I was tasting this Daftmill, I got the same character coming through, and I can only assume that it's the ex-bourbon casks that is bringing the flavours through. Granted, the Bimba's 3-year-old, this is 4 times older, so the time in the cask has maybe subdued some of them notes. Of course, the varietal of barley as well probably has something to play, and of course the setup of the stills. I'm going to give this a score, but I just need to remind myself. It's better without water, I find, but maybe it needs the water adding earlier in a bigger dram and left for a little bit longer. But it's an amazing dram, really, really nice. I'm going to say it's an 89. So I'm going to write that down because I want to forget that. 89 is what I want to score it. If there was better availability, and I don't mean more of it because they're a small craft distillery, but if there's a way of being able to get hold of a bottle without necessarily through the secondary market, then I'd be there. I'd buy one. I'd pay £100 for one of those because it's a very nice dram, very nice bottle. So that's it, Daftmill 2007 winter release. I've got a little bit more to savour later on, but hopefully I'm going to get another review out. Thank you.